Hey guys, how are you everybody? This is Cindy from Australia. So today is Saturday. I have just got home from work maybe about 2 hours ago. So I've just cleaned up and everything. So it's time to film a video for you guys. So this one is, I had a topic similar to this one when I had my channel before, the one that got disappeared. So this time I would like to make a similar-ish topic, so I can sort of hold it in my channel, and so people that were not able to watch it can sort of come back in this one and sort of watch it again if they want. So today guys, I'm gonna try not to make it too long, but anyway, I could make a similar topic, sort of continually updating it or things like that. So today our topic is marrying a foreigner. If you want to marry a foreigner, this is for you, and this is my sort of say, you know, my own opinion of the matter. Being a wife of a foreigner, I'm hoping that I could help someone else to understand what is life being a wife of a foreigner. So people ask me why I marry a foreigner. So it's a good question. Sort of when I was growing up, and I had seen ladies with a foreigner husband, and I always admire, you know, a Filipina with a foreigner husband, and I always wonder, you know you will only get married once, so I have to make a better choice. If I want to marry a foreigner, it has to be a foreigner. So things like that. So I tried, and you know, on that time it wasn't an online dating, it was a proper introduction. So our family member introduced me to a foreigner. That's how I come to Australia as a fiance. So anyway guys, yes, so marrying a foreigner is just like marrying, you know, it's just like marrying a person, you know. They're not invincible, they are not, you know. But for us as a Filipina, it's just the standard that we sort of I don't know if you can call it stereotype or something, but it's just a standard that we looked at, that when you marry a foreigner, obviously, you know, people look at you because that's the way they look at you. You know, they look at you that, okay, especially if you live abroad, and especially if you got a job, you know, especially the things that are in place for you properly. So when you married a foreigner, you know, you'll be all right. So which is not far from the truth. So if you are married to a foreigner, yes, you know. So yeah, for those of you who's wanting to marry a foreigner, yeah, this video is. So let's start. Marrying a foreigner, if it's your choice to marry a foreigner, yes, they are human beings, and you can get a if you're, you know, blessed by God, marry a foreigner that are very loving and respectful and things like that. They are just like other nationalities. They have their good ones, they have their bad ones. So if you are blessed to pick a good one, you know, ooh, so good for you. And yeah, so it can be a joy to being married to a foreigner. Money matters. It could be a little bit better than being in the Philippines, only if you're not in a good money situation in the Philippines. If you are rich, you know, family and things like that, maybe then that's, you know, different story. So yeah, money matters. Marrying a foreigner, it can be an advantage to you if you get to, like here in Australia, and if you can get a job, it's an advantage to you. You can help your husband, you can help your family in the Philippines, you can help yourself, you know. That's the first thing, that you gotta help yourself first before you can help others. And yeah, so money matters is lighter if you're married to a foreigner, and especially if you can help them, unless they are rich, right? But myself and friends that I have, which is so many friends that I have, we are working and we are helping our husbands, so, and we're happy, we don't mind doing that. So culture, yeah, a foreigner, an Australian want to marry a Filipina, the majority of them are aware of our culture, and If not, they will be learning along the way, and they sort of pattern their attitude, you know. And there are some maybe you can sort of meet that doesn't want to change, you know, and things like that. But once you are with a lady, once you are with a foreigner, you work it out. You can work it out, and if you can't work it out, that means that marriage is not for you. It might not work. Yeah. So having kids, yeah, in Australia is no, if you don't have a family here and if you're working, it can be hard because the babysitter is very expensive, you know. Your whole week salary is just enough to pay the child care. So it can be like that here in Australia. So unless you have a family next door, and if they're not working, but if they are working, then you have to place your kids to childcare, which is very expensive. So that's the downfall of being here. But we manage. You can find people that are helpful, that, you know, willing to look after your kids. But you gotta be careful, you know, where you're gonna leave your kids. And talking about family in the Philippines, you know how much help we're gonna give them. It's something that we sort of work out and see our finances and talk to our husbands if we can help, or, you know, how we can help them and not to be reliant on us, or if we can help them to be independent, or things like that. And I noticed that in the modern times, you know, families in the Philippines, because of social media, they are aware that their family is actually not only taking photo and having a selfie in Facebook because their life is so good. It's just their way of feeling better of themselves, and they are actually can be struggling to do their daily chores and their work to put together to be able to survive. For us, it's, you can say, lonely, you know, because obviously there's not many Filipinos around, and if there is, you can sort of like have problems, you know, and things like that. But yes, marrying a foreigner, they're just normal people, and there is no need for us to think that, yeah, you know, you marry a foreigner, you have plenty of money. Nowadays, especially of YouTube, a lot of vloggers that are married to a foreigner showing their life, how they live. And that I'm very glad with that, because if you are in Philippines, wanting to marry a foreigner, you can sort of watch the blogger, another blogger, and compare and see how their life is, because that's reality of life, you know. And they're showing it, which is really good. I sort of, even me, I watch other bloggers that are married to foreigners. I like watching them. I like how they share their life with, and it makes you feel better and say, oh, no, I'm not the only one, you know. If they're struggling, you know, I'm struggling, I'm not the only one. If they're good, you know, okay, I can do like that, you know, to be better myself, you know, okay, I can do, you know. So it's YouTube brings a lot of information. If you are married to a foreigner, you want to marry to a foreigner, you know, things like that. It does bring a lot of information, which is really, really good. Cliche or things like that, that when you get to Philippines, you know, if you're married to a foreigner, you're rich and things like that. A lot of Filipina that are going back to the Philippines that I have met are saying, oh my goodness, just give me a break, you know, we are not that rich and things like that. So people are coming out honestly of where they are, of the situation, even though they are, you know, they are abroad, you know, they're just normal people, you know. Foreigner is just a normal foreigner who goes to work, you know. He's not a king unless you're married to a king, you know, things like that. We do have our own problems. It might not be as heavy as what we have in Philippines, problem-wise and financial struggle-wise, but we do have to look after ourselves financially here in Australia to be able to survive. So marrying to a foreigner is great, and as long as you treat each other well. He treats you well, you treat him well back, you know. So talking about, this is another flip side. So talking about Filipina who scams the foreigner, you'd feel sorry to the foreigner who got scammed, because that's not nice. Obviously, you know, people like us that are married properly, you know, and having a life properly with a foreigner, we go, oh God, how did that happen? You know, this not good, you know, it's not good. But anyway, there is a good and a bad for every nationality, and sometimes it takes two to tango. Sometimes a foreigner is very giver, you know, very giving, and the other one would obviously just try to pull everything what they can see, because they have no intention of living with you forever, so get as much as they can. So it's up to a foreigner to see and to look at the person that he is with. It's very important for a foreigner to look at that, because it's no use blaming the Filipina, but in the beginning you also give too much, you know. So you gotta be sort of careful in a way. But the word careful, it's sort of like you gotta, you know, look at the whole circle before you know, protect yourself, protect your financial, because it's not easy to save money. It's not easy to go to work. Yeah. So yeah, so those things we address, as well as foreigners' wives, you know, it's the stories that we hear, the people that we know, you know, we are also careful, because the person, a Filipina, could be such a very nice person, but behind it, what they're doing, it's a different thing. So we don't know. We just gotta be sort of lucky if we get the ones that, you know, are true, you know. So even for us who are Filipina, it's disappointing to hear that you know, scammers are around and things like that. And also for a foreigner, they also need to, they're the first one, because we don't communicate with that person for them. So they are the one who having a conversation, you know. So if the loving is right in the air, you gotta look and see with the finances mixed, you know, that's your red flag, and say stop, because the money is sort of like, hey, hello, coming out of your pocket quickly, so you gotta put a stop to it. So yeah, so if you have a marriage, proper marriage, Filipina and a foreigner, and they're working, they're having kids, you know, that's a proper life, you know, that they are having. It's just like a normal marriage, you know. I suppose we got problems and we got, you know, like that. So you just gotta work it out. So advantage is we are in a cold place, we have area with snow, and it's not too hot, you know, but it's very cold, you know, so things like that. So yeah, so it's a joy to be married to a foreigner. It's an advantage in a way, if you know how to deal with it, and if you can help, it's even better, you know, things like that. So married to a foreigner is thumbs up. So for those girls in Philippines who are asking, you know, like that, follow our videos, the vloggers that are married to foreigners. So how many of us there? Just follow it, have a look at it, you know, how we interact with each other. There's your information in the daily life. Yeah. So this is my channel, Cyn Brown. I hope that you have enjoyed this conversation. I shall see you next time. And if you want to see our vlogs with little bit of my hobby, because it's always busy, go to our life in the Philippines. The link is down the description box, and I shall see you there as well with Mati and whoever joins in the vlogs. And yeah, so thank you so much, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed this topic. Marrying a foreigner is okay, you know, as long as you sort of work it out yourself. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. And if you do, give this video a thumbs up, and please do subscribe if you haven't already. And we will have some more conversations about this, well, topics about this. Just leave your comments down below and give me an idea what you want to know. If you are wanting to marry a foreigner and things like that, anything I can help, I will try my best. So thank you so much, guys, and I shall see you next time. Enjoy your day, and of course, stay sexy. I shall see you next time. This is Cindy from Australia. Bye from me. See you guys.